Hello, my dear students. I, Mrs. Varsha Kadakia, your social studies teacher for 6th standard, welcome you all for this new academic year 2020-21. I hope and wish that you would attentively participate in this e-learning. Firstly, I would like to give you some instructions. Keep your textbooks open with you while you watch this. Mark your doubts, refer dictionary for difficult words, and complete your classwork on time. As you might not be having your textbook right now, so I would be sending you the pictures from the textbook so can refer and complete your book. My dear students, social studies at 6th standard level deals with 3 columns: history, geography and civics. Our first topic is from geography section and the name of the lesson is solar system and the earth. For this, firstly you have to do an activity, that is label the heavenly bodies, which is on page number 111 of your textbook. In this lesson we would learn about the topics the universe, galaxy, stars and the solar system. But for this video will be dealing with 2 topics, that is the universe and the galaxy. The universe. The universe is a home of all heavenly bodies. Heavenly bodies meaning celestial bodies. For example, the sun, the earth and moon and so on. So, the universe is the home of all celestial bodies. Many theories have been propagated to explain the origin of the universe, but the most widely accepted theory is the Big Bang theory. According to this theory, the universe was once a huge ball of hot gases which exploded with a big bang around 14 billion years ago. And all the matter that the ball was made up of scattered in various directions, which formed stars, planets, asteroids and galaxies. You can also refer to the mind map which is given on page number 112 regarding the celestial bodies. Also, in the textbook, there are info pebble box which will give you extra information related to the topic. Galaxy. Our second topic is galaxy. A system of billion of stars along with their planets, satellites, etc. is called a galaxy. There are clouds of gases as you see in the picture between the groups of stars. This is called nebula. It is the place where the stars are born. The solar system, which includes the sun, the planets, the comets, the meteorites and the asteroids, are a part of our galaxy, and the name of the galaxy is Milky Way galaxy or the home galaxy. The galaxy which is closest to our own galaxy is the great spiral galaxy of Andromeda. We shall now continue with the other topics of this lesson: stars, constellations, the solar system, which includes sun, Earth as a unique planet, satellites, asteroids, meteorites and comets. Stars. The tiny shining objects in the sky are called stars. What are they made up of? They are huge masses of burning gases that give off their own heat and light. On a clear sky, when we look at the stars, some stars shine while some seem to twinkle. This is because the light from the stars passes through the various layers of atmosphere. Some light reaches us directly, while some changes due to the movements in the layers of atmosphere. Other topic is constellations. A group of stars that form a certain imaginary shape is called a constellation. Early Greek as well as Indian astronomers imagined that some group of stars resembled mythological characters and gave them the names of animals and gods like the Orion, hunter god, Ursa Major or the Great Bear. The Big Dipper forms a part of the Ursa Major. You must have heard about Saptarishi. What is the meaning of Saptarishi? It means 7 saints in Sanskrit. If you join the two bottommost stars by a line, it points to the pole star. You can see the pictures here in the slide. The first one shows you the Great Bear or the Ursa Major, and the second is of the Saptarishi. It resembles like a plough. The IAU means the International Astronomical Union has identified 88 constellations, of which 48 were earlier known to the ancient Greeks and the Indian astronomers. So, whenever you observe the stars in the sky on a clear night, you will find that they form a certain type of a shape in the sky. This is called as a constellation. Now, our next topic is the solar system. The solar system comes from the Latin word solaris, which means the family of the sun. The sun's family include the sun, 8 planets, asteroids, moons, meteoroids and comets. The solar system is believed to be formed 4.5 billion years ago. It orbits in the Milky Way galaxy. All the bodies move around the sun on fixed elliptical paths which are called as orbits. You will find here a new term which is called as a cosmic year. Actually, the solar system too is always in the motion and orbits the Milky Way. Sun completes one orbit in 230 million years and it is called as a cosmic year. Sun. Now we start about the first main member of the solar system, that is the sun. Sun is also known as a yellow dwarf star. It is a part of the Milky Way galaxy. It is closest to the Earth. That's why, though it is a dwarf star, we find it the most big than the other stars in the sky. Actually, the sun is made up of extremely hot gases, and the gases comprises of 71% of hydrogen gas, 28% of helium and 1% of other gases. This hydrogen gas continuously burns to release an enormous amount of energy in the form of light and heat, which we call as sunlight and the heat of the sun. The actual temperature, that is the surface temperature of the sun, is 5500 degrees Celsius. See, you can imagine the sun is so hot, but as the earth receives only a small part of this heat and light, it makes life possible on the earth. The family of the solar system also includes planets. Students, what do you mean by planets? You have already studied in your 4th standard and 5th standard. Planets are heavenly bodies that revolve around a star in its own orbit, but they do not have their own heat and light like the sun. They reflect the light of the sun. In our solar system, that is, in the Milky Way, in the solar system, there are 8 planets, and in order of their distance from the sun, their names are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. Students, you have to remember these names in order, which will indicate that you know them from the distance of the sun. So one easy trick to remember the names of the planet is: my very educated mother just served us nuts. You can see in the info pebble box which is given on the page 115. And also you can refer to the diagram on page 114, which will show about the sun and all the 8 planets in the solar system. Also, I would like you to tell that you should draw this diagram in your notebook. Now we will study about the planets with their common characteristics. First of all, when we see the shape of the planet, all planets are spherical in shape, means they are round in shape. Second is the motion. All planets have 2 kinds of motions, that is rotation and revolution. What do you mean by rotation? Rotation means the planet moves on its own imaginary line of axis around itself. All the planets, means major of the planets, move in an anti-clockwise direction, that is from west to east. And we know that sun, we always believe that sun rises in the east and sets in the west, but actually it is not the sun moving. The planet Earth is moving from west to east, and so we feel that the sun is moving from east to west. So the first motion of the planet is rotation, that is it moves on its own, and the second is revolution. Now, revolution means a planet completes its whole orbit around the sun and comes back to its original position. See, the planet which is near to the sun will take less days to complete one revolution. I can explain you with the help of one example here. Mercury, which is the closest planet to the sun, takes about 88 days to complete one revolution. Whereas the Earth, which is on the third number from the distance of the sun, it takes 365 days and 1/4 day, means 365 1/4 day to complete one revolution. In the same way, Neptune, which is the farthest planet from the sun, it takes about 165 Earth years, means 165 into 365 1/4 days, that is equal to one revolution of the Neptune planet. Also, there are some other characteristics of the planets which I can tell you in short, that is, first is they move around the sun, that is around the star, and in their own orbit. Second is that they don't have their heat and light, and the third is they always move on a fixed path. They do not change their path, and this fixed path is called as elliptical orbit, as the shape of the orbit is elliptical in shape. Now, also one more common characteristics about the planet is that they have satellites, means they have their own companions. Now, what do you mean by satellites? The heavenly bodies which revolve around the planet are called as satellite. As the planet moves around the sun, in the same way the satellite also moves around the planet. But there are no satellites for Mercury and Venus planet. Other than that, all planets have their own satellite. Here I can give one example. You know, we see moon every day. This is the satellite of the Earth, and the Earth has only one satellite, whereas our neighbor planet Mars has 2 satellites. See students, you have to go through the info pebble box which is given in the textbook along with the lesson. Now, we'll continue our next topics, that is about Earth as a unique planet, about the moon, satellite, and about asteroids, meteorites and comets in our other session of the video.